Hello, everybody. My name is Nick Lucker, and today I'll be teaching you a little bit about Krakatoa. This was originally created by Jasmeli Ortiz, Nick Lucker, and Owen Clark. So let's hop right on into it. So let's first talk about the tectonic setting and geological cause of the hazard. So when did this take place? This first took place in Krakatoa. Was originally an earthquake that erupted on the island of Java in Indonesia on August 26, 1883. Where did this happen? So Krakatoa was formed on a convergent plate boundary, forming from a release of magma through the boundary from the subducting plate. And why did this happen? So, for months before the eruption, the volcano was active in releasing steam plumes and white gas before finally erupting. So, let's talk a little bit about the environmental impact of all this. So, the eruption of Krakatoa destroyed both the mountain and the island it was located on. Consequently, from this, ash from the eruption lingered in the atmosphere for a very long time, approximately for months on end. Um, Roughly a 250-mile area was left in complex darkness for just about 3 days or so, and the wildlife loss was immeasurable, with both wild and domestic plants and animals suffering greatly. The effects spread worldwide from this, even altering the color of the sun across the globe for a while there. All Earth systems were impacted by this. So the geosphere, the hydrosphere, the biosphere, and the atmosphere. So let's talk about them for a little bit. The mountain and the island basically just got destroyed. It was just nothing but chaos really going on there. In the hydrosphere and the biosphere, regional water systems and living organisms were heavily affected by this due to a lot of the pollution that was caused by the eruption. And the atmosphere, well, like we had discussed earlier, ash spread globally. So it created a long term atmospheric changes with that as well. There we go. All right, let's talk a little bit about the human impact from all this. So the eruption of Krakatoa killed approximately, a little bit more than 36,000 people, and it destroyed 165 towns and villages. The atmospheric effects caused agriculture to basically collapse and preventing food production for many years to come after this. Many of the locals blamed the Dutch colonizers for this and believing the eruption was the wrath of God. And I kind of take a little bit of offense to this since I have a little bit of Dutch in me, but we ain't gonna talk about that. This belief fueled widespread resentment toward the Dutch rule, and the aftermath contributed to the rise of Islam in the region. A little fun fact and lesson learned from this event. So our fun fact is that about this eruption, it comes from New York, and halfway across the world were particles in the atmosphere. We were just talking about the ash and stuff that was flowing up and covering the sun and making it change a different color. It also affected New York as well. So it's a pretty big distance that they had to cover for that. One of the best lessons that you can learn from Krakatoa is to recognize the signs of an impending eruption. And however, this was a devastating catastrophe that resulted in massive loss of life and serving as a poignant reminder of the importance of geological study. Here are some of our works cited. We didn't just come off the dome here. We got it from the Smithsonian Institution, scholastic.com, and U Chicago, which is all really great sources to get information like this. If you're interested, please check it out. Feel free. And thank you. And I hope you enjoy this presentation.